Hey guys, and welcome to your upper body mobility flow today, your daily mobility flow. We're gonna focus on waist up today, and we're literally gonna start with some arm swings. So if you wanna stand up or sit down like I am or kneel, it's all good. We're gonna go arm swing side to side for about 30 seconds and then up and down for about 30 seconds. Just relax your shoulders. I like to alternate hand on top. So like left hand on top, right hand on top. Just try to stay relaxed, keep your arms straight, swing behind, squeeze your shoulder blades, and let your arms kind of wrap your body in front to kind of extend through your back, not just through your shoulders. Just relax. This is literally one of my favorite things to do. Again, try to focus on your upper back a little bit as well, not just your shoulders. Getting your shoulder blades together at the back, and then getting your shoulder blades apart at the front. And let's just transition to up and downs. I like to add my chin in a little bit here, so just a little drop forward, overhead. Nothing too violent at the neck. Just a little bit of cervical change to allow the arms to move kind of freely. Good. Then we're going to stick with a little bit of active range of motion first instead of kind of passive stretching. And we're going to just go one arm, and we're going to try to make this literal, nice, slow, big circle as possible. And we're going to do 3 on each side. So literally I can feel my lat stretch. Going active range of motion here. So what kind of range of motion? Switch sides, still going backwards. Kind of range can you get out of your shoulder by using your muscular strength to achieve it? Let's go the other way. So back to the first arm and then forward. Circles. Literally, I want you trying to make as big of a circle as possible. Let's get that other side. Some people call this kin stretch. It's actually got a whole name and a following, stuff called CARs. Let's do 3 more on each side. We're gonna go back to my first arm, going backwards. Nice and slow, as big. Each rep, I want you to try to get a little bit more range of motion than the last one. Switch sides, going backwards. All right, 3 forward, we'll switch. I think these types of drills almost teach you how important the shoulder blade and the upper back are in shoulder mobility. It's not purely just can I make a circle from my shoulder joint, but that starts at the action of the shoulder blade. Retraction here first, elevation, protraction. Nice. Okay, let's get into a little bit of passive mobility now and work the shoulders a touch. We're gonna lay belly down. We've done this one plenty of times. We're not gonna spend a ton of time here, and we're gonna alternate. So I guess I'll face the camera. So we're gonna lay belly down, arms straight out to the side first, and we're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna roll to my left first, get a little bit of stretch in that shoulder and pec, and then I'm gonna slide across to my other arm, right side. Good, let's alternate back and forth for about 10 reps. And don't force anything here. Just a nice, steady stretch in the shoulder. I'm even catching a little bit of bicep stretch there. At the end. Couple more reps. All right, we're gonna flow into a bent elbow now. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Just gonna let that elbow bend. Probably won't make it as far on the rolls, and that's okay. Got about 90 degrees at the elbow. You can play around with like your elbow position, like more overhead. All right, let's get one more per side. It's always a little bit goofy switching from the straight arms to the bent arms because you roll so much further with the straight, it almost feels unproductive to do the bent, but it's not. It changes the angle at the shoulder and at the pec, and that's super useful. All right, we're gonna work on your spine a little bit, and we're gonna start with cat-cows. So we'll go all fours, quadruped position. We're gonna look up and extend the back as much as possible. And then we're gonna go the opposite way. Look down, chin to the chest. Big flexion. We'll get about 10 reps. Again, think through your shoulders here too, not purely your spine. Shoulder blades should be moving as well. Flexion, extension. Couple more reps. And we're going to stay in this quadruped position. We're gonna shoot the gap through, reach down, and then we're gonna open up. Let's get 5 per side. Switch sides. Last one. Good. I'm gonna drop the hips. I'm gonna go a little bit lower back. Push from cobra. I'll sit back. A little low back. Child's pose to cobra variation. Cobra in the front. Child's pose in the back. You can get a good little lat stretch in that child's pose if you kind of push into the ground. push, almost like a half puppy and half child's pose. You got puppy where your hips are up and you're coming down. And then you got child's pose where you're sitting back on your feet and coming down. This mobility flow right here is kind of a nice happy medium between the two. Or I'm almost like letting the ground pull my arms away from me. I'm starting to feel good. Now let's get one more rep in. Big chest, big breath. And reach. And finally, we're gonna hit your forearms a little bit because you probably don't stretch those enough, and I know I don't. So we're gonna tuck them, spread your fingers as wide as you can, point them back towards you. Really try to get your fingers spread on the ground, and we're just gonna kind of rock side to side. Just back up maybe a little bit. Don't force anything. Your wrists are, if they're anything like mine, they're dainty. You might have tougher wrists, but we're not trying to force anything here. We're just trying to open up the fingers, open up the forearm a little bit. I kind of like to rock back and get my fingers stretched out a little bit as well. But again, please don't force anything. Just a nice light stretch, and then let's get the other side. I like to do these one at a time because it feels so much, I can't handle as much pressure as the other side. So we'll go one forearm, flipping the hand back towards you. And then we'll get the other one. Good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your daily mobility flow. Upper body edition. Tell you what, I think I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get this day. Let's get it. 9:30 in the morning. You know the drill. Get after it, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. Later.